Hey guys, what's up? Dark Skywolf coming at you with another Minecraft Through the Ages video. Today we're gonna be working on pathways. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and actually jump right into the building with dark segment. Go ahead and turn myself around here. The way I do paths, our main path block is gonna be, of course, spruce wood slabs. There's a couple of different ways to make paths, but currently, the way I'm gonna do it is I'm actually gonna start at the front of these buildings and kind of come out and then kind of connect things up as I get close together. So I think whenever you're making paths, you don't want them like super straight. You kind of want some curvature in them. So I think with this one, I think I'm gonna like come out and then just kind of curve it back this way a little bit. This is where we're planning on putting the entrance to the village, the Scarlett Forest village. So I'm kind of just making this path to that entrance. So that's just the start. And now I'm going to kind of connect up all the rest of these to that path. So again, we want to make sure we're not like too straight. With something like this, I'd probably like make a super big wide sweep. Kind of connect it up there. We'll kind of work out the rest of this as we go along. And then I think the next one, we need to connect this guy up. And then I think I'm just going to go like straight out and to the left a little bit. Maybe connect it up here. Again, we can kind of edit this as we go along. This is just to get us started and kind of get our idea kind of laid out. And then with these houses, I'm kind of going to curve them and like meet them together right there somewhere. And then go off in that direction. So I know that that's kind of the idea I have. So I'm just going to kind of come out here in this direction. Same with this guy. And don't worry, this is just a start. We got a lot of landscaping to do in the future here. Alright, so we got that connected up to there. Now we need to kind of connect this path up to that path. I fell in a hole. Well, that's not good. I'm just going to grab some dirt. Kind of pillar back up. And fill this in. There we go. And that might be a good spot to kind of hook that up together. I think we are going to kind of curve this more. And then we need a path going off to those guys. And I'm thinking, yeah, we come off of that guy. So this will kind of be like a four-way intersection here. Actually, no, let's not do a four-way intersection there. Alright, let's connect up to this house next. And we need to get that house connected up. This one is going to be a little tricky because I have not filled in the bottom of this mountain yet, but I do plan to. Alright, let's see. I think maybe we do... Oh no, that's going to get too bulky there, I think. I'm trying to figure out the best way to connect this up. So let's just kind of come up here, I think. We'll start here. And run a line down to this guy first. Again, this is all subject to change. I think we'll go ahead and split it off here at the top. And then, yeah, I think we're just gonna kind of run this over here. Oh, we actually want to connect up there first. Again, we don't want it like too straight, so we kind of want to add some curvature here. And now I think we're going to connect it up here, actually. Yeah, let's kind of come up here and kind of curve this around and then down. We'll have kind of a big intersection there. Okay, it is nighttime. Let's go sleep real quick. And then once I kind of get this laid out, I'm going to pillar up and just kind of look at it from a top-down view just to see that everything's looking pretty good. Make sure there's not too many spots where it's like super crowded. I'm thinking it might be a little crowded kind of in this area, so I might like curve that the opposite way. I think that all looks pretty good. And this looks pretty good. So yeah, I think the only kind of weird spot is like, yeah, right here. And I think if I just curve that this way instead, we'll be all set. That all looks good. Cool. So now that I've kind of got an idea, I'm just going to go down and start placing pathways, or not pathways, my pathway blocks, which is actually the spruce wood. Okay. And now let's go ahead and, again, I kind of turn these into half slabs so I have, like, more to use. I can go farther with it. So, yep, we're just going to kind of connect these up first, fill in these holes. And then, basically, here I would decide if I want my paths to be, like, 2 wide, if I want them to be 3 wide, or etc., etc. And I think with this specific area, I think I'm just going to keep it 3 wide. So then, once I kind of get these in place, I will kind of go off of this and make 3 wide blocks. We want smooth corners. We don't want too many like single block gaps. But yeah, I'm just basically putting in the full pathway here now, and then I will go back and do the texturizing after I get everything kind of in place. And I'm just going through, like, here's a weird spot where you see you got that kind of hard 90. So I want to, like, smooth that out a bit so it kind of flows better. And then the last thing we want to be careful of is getting too close to these kind of walls. So I want to try to stay at least 1 block off of these walls, maybe 2 blocks ideally, but 1 block would be fine. So where I get close to the edge, I'm kind of going to boot the path to one side, for example, right here. And then that's fine because it's a 1 block gap, but I wouldn't want one like right beside this. Unless I was going to do like a wall kind of in the build. And then here it's a little small, so I'm just making this a little fatter. Trying to keep all the paths relatively the same size, but they're not going to be perfect, of course, because, of course, diagonals and straights kind of are different. So that spot needs to be widened a little bit. I'll probably just add a block there and there. That's all looking pretty good. Okay, let me go ahead and get the rest of these pathways in, guys, and I'll bring you guys back for the texturizing. So give me a couple seconds, and we'll be right back. Alright, guys, we are back. I'm just up on this pillar, just kind of checking these curves, making sure everything looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. There's a few spots, like right there, where I might add a little bit, but overall, this is looking pretty good. So we're gonna go back down real quick. And the blocks I am using for this, after I sleep, I will show you. So, we've got our spruce planks, which is our main block. We've got brown wool, and we've got jungle wood, as well as some steps to mix in a little bit of variation in the levels. And then we're going to put these redstone lamps kind of in front of the doors of these houses. So we're basically going to come out, basically, probably 3 or maybe 4. Dig down 2 blocks. Place ourselves a redstone torch with a lamp. And that's kind of going to be how we light up these paths. 4. And we might not do them all 4. We might do a couple of them 3. Like maybe this guy will also do 3 since he's got a relatively short porch. And then I probably wouldn't do more than like... I wouldn't want to put like one way out here because that's right on the corner. So this one we're just going to come out 3 again. So yep, that's kind of the first step. This one's a little weird because we got 2 here. So what I'll probably do is just like come in and do 1, or basically 2, 1 on either side. What I don't like is how this kind of dead ends. So I'm going to add another piece of spruce plank here and here as well. And then we're going to kind of smooth this out a little bit by bringing the pathway out a little bit farther. That kind of helps with this curve as well. And then we're basically just going to come through here and randomly add basically splotches of these blocks. So like I might take out, say, 3 blocks and maybe I'll do, you know, 1 wool and, you know, 2 jungle planks. I don't really like that, actually. I think maybe we'll do 2 wool and 1 jungle. Yeah, I think that works pretty good. And yeah, we're just going to kind of go through and kind of texturize this at random intervals. Ideally, we want to keep it to a minimum on, like, the texture variation. So maybe I'll do, you know, maybe 3 jungle and 2 brown wool. This one, I might need to add another piece of jungle somewhere. Maybe 2 more pieces, actually. But yeah, we're trying to keep all these splotches kind of together. This one I'm probably just going to come out 1 block. Because again, we don't want to get like in the middle of the pathway for the light. And we can mix these jungle in like that. I think there will be a few spots, though, where we just do, like, splotches of, say, maybe this will just be wool. And then maybe over here, after we put in the light source, which we will again put right here. There we go. That's looking pretty good. I think we are going to need some more variation, especially right here. And I think what I'll do is something like this here. Ooh, I don't like that. But I think that works. This is one of my, like, favorite patterns to use with kind of texture blocks. Is this kind of 2 and then jump over like you would do in a horse chess move. The knight chess move. Horse. The knight chess move. There we go. Well, it's a little bland right here, so I want to add a little bit more texture here as well. This is another one of my kind of favorite patterns, is the Z. I think with this one, we're just going to put it, like, right up against the door here. And we want to make sure, like, these decks have some variation in texture as well. And then you gotta kind of be careful when you're, like, putting them right up against the edge. Sometimes it'll look weird, but that actually looks pretty good. And I think I'm gonna add one more here. Texturizing doesn't take that many blocks, so it's relatively easy to do. But yeah, we're gonna finish texturizing this real quick. You don't want to, like, go too overboard, but you don't want to be too sparingly, like, it just looks... It's really a place it, see how it looks, and kind of step back and look at things when you're doing this type of texturizing. So I'm just kind of doing a real quick run through, and then I'll jump up on my like tower and kind of look at things. So let's do that now, actually. And this will kind of give us an idea of where we might need to add more texture, or where it might be looking a little weird, where it might be a little barren. And this is also good because I can look at what areas that I really like and which areas I don't. Like, that area is looking pretty nice, kind of in this. I think, like, through here, we're a little too sparing. We used it a little sparingly, so we need to go back and add a few more kind of in these bigger areas. So I think one there, one more patch here, another patch kind of up against this guy, and then maybe a patch, maybe another like jungle in that kind of area over there. But the next part is the level texture, and this actually gets better as the versions go on, but right now we're kind of limited to steps and half slabs. So basically we're just going to come through here, and then we're going to like add in, you know, a stair there, and then you got that little divot, so it adds interest to the texture. And this is that spot where I said we need to add a little bit more, so we're going to go ahead and do that right here. I think we can use like some of these bare spots that I was seeing. If we just use steps, we can make it work. I like doing something like that too if you got like a bigger area to cover. This pathway, since it's so small, I probably won't use the half slabs, but there are certain builds where that looks good. And honestly, I think if I add a stair here, we don't even have to add the jungle wood in that area. This is gonna be tricky here. Okay, what we're gonna have to do then. Here we go. Go ahead and sleep. Actually, hold up. Can I get out before it's daytime? I kind of want to look at this and make sure it's lit up pretty well. It's looking like it is. I might need another light here or there. Alright, I do have mob griefing off, so if these creepers do blow up, it's not gonna mess up the landscape. Cool. I don't need too many more of these steps, so I'm just gonna make, you know, maybe 6 times 4 is what, 24? Yeah, 24. There's only a few more spots I want to add in that texture. Here is one of them. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I haven't gone over here yet, so let's go ahead and do that next. With these, you just want to make sure you don't leave that edge uncovered, so that's why I'm putting these steps in a direction that the edge, if it is seen, it's the same color as the jungle wood. And then it's good to not get like too many of the same patterns in here, so like having one that's perpendicular and one that's parallel, it's a good way to break it up a little bit. And then I typically try not to have the like divot on like the edges, because that wouldn't really make sense. This can pretty much go anywhere we want it to go. I might put one here as well, yeah. But we'll do that one 90. Alright, so let's again jump up on our pillar and see how that is looking. Yep, that is looking pretty good. Alright, so that is nice. I am not going to do any type of lighting just yet, because I've actually got another surprise for y'all when we do the landscaping in this, village, in the Scarlett Forest here. But yeah, so that's basically how I do pathways. Like I say, this is just one way I do it. This is the method where, like, I kind of come out from the houses and then see where I can get things to meet up. This is one spot that's a little thin, so I want to thicken this up a bit. And this will be a good way to add a little bit more texture into the build. I'm just kind of going through and looking for spots where it looks a little thin. But I think we're good on everything. Maybe right here. This is kind of the only spot where I'd say you maybe want to keep things kind of butted up against that kind of dirt wall there. And it looks a little weird here, so I might add one more block there. And then this is kind of weird, so I think I'm going to add another block here. When I'm not doing like a sharp curve, I like to have at least a 2 block here, rather than a single block. This is also kind of weird, so I think I'm going to remove this step and turn it sideways. And then that gives it a little bit more strength. And then same with this guy. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to... Actually, let's just do the 1 block. I do have to have full blocks underneath doors, so that's why you will see that. Cool, I'll texturize those kind of decks at a later date. But yeah, I think that is about gonna do it for this video. Let me go ahead and get things set up, and we will do the music with dark segment. Alrighty guys, it's time for the final segment of our video. It's the music with dark section. Today's artist is a Ledger, and the name of the song is Not Dead Yet. Ledger's actually a drummer and backup vocalist for the band Scarlett. In 2020 and 2021, she kind of did a couple of albums on her own. And the song Not Dead Yet just talks about like how the enemy's like trying to kick you or keep you down, or you know, maybe you got a friend, or maybe not so much a friend, maybe what's the word, a colleague or someone that's like always tearing you down. And the best thing we can do is just keep fighting against that. Like, don't let it bother us too much and just keep moving on with our lives. And like she talks about how you know, we may be broken, we may be bleeding, but we're not dead yet, so we can still change our destiny. We can heal. Whatever we may be going through, we can beat it, as long as we just keep fighting. So yeah, check that out. Again, that is Ledger, and the song is Not Dead Yet. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you really enjoy this content, we try to upload every Friday or Saturday, depending on my schedule. But we always try to have video up. I don't think it's been more than... There was one time I skipped a week. So, once in a while there might be like a 2-week span that we don't get videos. But... if you do enjoy Minecraft content, if you enjoy the creativity side of Minecraft, if you enjoy, like, the older versions of Minecraft and just kind of seeing what's different, yeah, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe if you're really interested in that. Anyways, that's going to do it for this one, guys. This is Dark Skywolf, and I am signing off for the night. Have a great weekend, and we'll see y'all next time.